Oath is an asymmetric competitive strategy game about empires, exiles, and the many paths through which a single ambitious individual might rise to ultimate power. It is also about entropy, treachery, and the inevitable collapse of every regime, no matter how powerful. As we will see, Oath includes a truly unique feature that captures the evolving history of the fantasy realm it inhabits, such that the map and card decks that are set up for your next game will be dramatically influenced by your prior match, altering both the play space itself and your likeliest path to victory. A match begins with one of up to 6 players assuming the role of the Chancellor, the rich and powerful sovereign of the current regime. Other players can be citizens who plot to seize the Chancellor's throne for themselves, or exiles who scheme from the fringes to stage their own revolution. The victor in this bitter contest for political primacy will be the winner of the game, but as we will see in a moment, each player may pursue their own unique path to sovereignty. Much of the game's action takes place on the main map, a portion of which represents the Chancellor's dominion, and the rest of which players must explore to reveal a rich tapestry of unclaimed landscapes that extends from the central cradle out through the provinces and into the distant hinterlands, where many a cunning plot will be hatched. There are far more locations in the box than fit on the map, so in each match you will uncover a unique mix of wondrous and magical lands, from the charming valley to the rocky coast to the shrouded wood. During their turn, players take a series of actions by spending their limited supply. One such action is a military campaign, during which individual lands may be conquered, which can win the conquering player additional resources or abilities. But combat is coarse and costly, and the wisest player will often seek softer steps to power. Players may advance their chances by uncovering and acquiring mystical relics that grant them unique powers. More importantly, by drawing from one of the several card decks during their turn, a player can recruit new allies and agents from among the populace of the realm, called denizens. You may encounter scouts, rangers, an acting troupe, a traveling doctor, fire talkers, or a simple errand boy. There are over 200 denizen cards in the box, and only about 30 will be seen during one match, leaving hundreds to be gradually introduced and discovered over subsequent plays. Each of these denizen cards brings with it a unique ability that may or may not advance a player's current plot for victory. Once drawn, a denizen may be deployed to your current location on the map, where they will benefit you locally as well as whoever rules that land. Or they may be added to your court of advisors, a traveling entourage that moves with you across the landscape. When you encounter denizens who offer no value to your cause, you are welcome to discard them to a neighboring region. But be aware that they may soon end up in loyal service to one of your opponents. There are 2 distinct currencies in Oath, and each represents a broader, more abstract concept of value. Favor is shorthand for political clout, social influence, material wealth, and literal favors that might be owed or granted. Based on actions during play, favor gradually flows back and forth among players, their advisors, the denizens on the map, and 6 favor banks at the edge of the board. Each of these banks and its corresponding card suit can be thought of as a distinct subculture in the realm's populace, ranging from the chaotic influence of discord to the potent wizardry of arcane to the savage instincts of beast. As a bank gains more favor and thus relevance, some denizens of that suit will become more influential. If you can deplete one bank of all its favor, other players with associated cards may find that some of their opportunities have evaporated. Secrets, on the other hand, represent information, such as tomes, spells, and literal secrets that might be guarded or leaked. Like favor, secrets flow between players and the realm they inhabit, but there are no public banks of secrets. Instead, they might be discovered in the depths of a drowned city, gleaned from the whispers of an old oak tree, or delicately liberated from an unsuspecting opponent. During your turn, secrets may be spilled to curry favor, and favor may be spent to win secrets, but both are in short supply. And as you labor to make your case as the next legitimate leader of this land, it will seem that you never have quite enough of either. The victory conditions for each role in the game are different. The Chancellor's only hope is to fend off all rivals and maintain their oath to the people long enough to reach the unpredictable final round of the game. Citizens must sustain the Chancellor's longevity while building a case for themselves as the rightful successor, the conditions for which vary from game to game. Each exile is free to pursue their own unique victory condition, either as a more sincere advocate for the Chancellor's hollow promises, or based on an entirely fresh vision of leadership. These visions appear on rare cards drawn during the course of the game. They may be sought, but they are not easily found, nor quickly realized. Eventually, one player will emerge victorious, whether by annexing the most territory by force of arms, accumulating the richest collection of ancient relics, or through any of the other several paths to victory. A single session of Oath is a deep, engaging, and entertaining game, but what happens after it's over is what sets it apart. The victorious player becomes the next game's chancellor, and their accumulated territory will anchor a new cradle region, bolstered by the denizens that help them seize power. If a citizen or chancellor has won, they can choose a monument to be erected in the cradle as a symbol of the empire's enduring glory. Any winner can choose to honor other individual players with citizen status in the next match, perhaps as a reward for helping them ascend. The content of the main deck of denizen cards is adjusted based on the suits of the winner's advisors, so that in future games, their cultural influence will be felt throughout the realm. And finally, the new chancellor's path to power determines the victory condition in the next match. It is a promise made to the people, an oath, that this new ruler must uphold, or else fall victim to the ambitions of lurking rivals, both far and near. The most delightful aspect of Oath is how the evocative cards and components combine with player decisions to create an emergent narrative of ambition, intrigue, and conflict that unspools in real time right in front of you over the course of a single match and then across all of your games. History is written, empires ascend and crumble, and whether you win or lose, your actions will echo through time as legend.